one.
And where it go? We started streaming now.
Cool.
It's been a
Hello,
while.
Sorry.
It's been too long. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it's been too long. We're out of sync. Hello, listeners, and welcome to Holocast Grek Leth 1137, hosted by me, Evan Gamble, and Callum Jones.
Hello there.
I butchered that opening, but I'm gonna stick with my guns.
We gotta stick
with
it now because that's what we.
Yeah, we're already recording. I'm also.
That's what happens with live streams.
I'm bringing up your stuff on YouTube on my other computer here, just so I get a chat log.
Nice. All right. So.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Hey,
So.
Yeah. Do you mind plugging my channel into the chat really fast?
It's in the description.
Okay.
So you should be able to look underneath and it's there.
All right. Should we talk about Lethal today? Because, I don't know what's going on with that.
Let's may as well talk about a couple of things with Lethal. I think he just has stuff on with life that he's had to prioritize.
Let's see.
But
YouTube has become a consuming chore.
So also
going day job, sleep deprived. Yeah. So if I was in Lethal's position,
so we're talking about Lethal Lightning here for anyone who doesn't know who's watching in the future, because no one's joined us right now. He was the YouTube channel that was a good guy. We did some stream. Well, yeah, he's gone on hiatus at least for a bit because he's. But yeah, he was a good EU guy that we had a good chat with on a stream. His videos more centered around other pop culture as well, but we had good EU chats.
Yeah, he's from what I'm aware of, he's part of the Fandom Menace, but he's a cool dude. I don't have.
I take people by the individual when I talk to them anyway. So.
Oh, definitely. So it sounds like he's just kind of not. He's been prioritizing YouTube versus his duties in real life.
Yeah.
Which.
And just self-care, it seems like. So, for his self-care, it seems like he's gone on a hiatus for a bit. He's going to be releasing a video soon explaining just what happened, apparently.
Okay.
So
it looks like it's because his, time differences and everything. And in all honesty, if I was Lethal, I understand going on hiatus. But when he comes back, I haven't been doing YouTube for... Well, technically, I've been on the platform for probably 10 years at this point. So... And I've seen YouTubers, rise and fall, and essentially, YouTube's been a big part of my life. So, I don't have any real world experience here. But from what I've seen, the best he should do... is go on hiatus, take however long he needs, and then when he comes back, he should probably, not stress himself and do a video a day or whatever. Just take your time, like maybe like 2 videos a week. Just pace yourself. And
you need to work it out for your schedule so that you can manage it and still look after yourself and do what you need to in real life.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why I'm sort of doing mine every 2 days, and I've started just going, I'm going to be doing some of my non-gaming videos for a little bit recently, because then that's one every 2 days that won't be too hard on me.
Right. By the way, how is the Dark Forces playthrough coming?
That's going fairly good. I've got episode 9 last, I think, and... That's been fun. I'm enjoying it, even though it's hard to figure out what to do. Oh, I'll show that comment, but did you just roll your face across the keyboard? Does something.
Wait, what?
Look at Does Something's first one.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is also amazing.
But yeah, the MCU is also amazing, yeah. I'll see how... I don't know, the MCU I felt like is the same feel of movie each time, so I sort of got a bit of Marvel fatigue from that, but they're still fun. Yeah, so basically Lethal's on that, and yeah, you basically got to just work out what works best for you as far as being able to do things. Right. It's nice if YouTube's your job, but when you have other work and things you're doing, then you can't do it as often.
This is interesting. It looks like in the new Luke Skywalker comic, because I'm just flipping through comics right now. It looks like they reintroduced... I can't tell exactly what cruiser type that is. It might be... It looks like a Dreadnought or a Carrot class cruiser.
I can't see what you're seeing at the moment.
Well, I don't want to, you know... I don't want to, what is it called?
Get copyright claimed.
not that, but advertise the site, because I'm on an illegal site.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at this. Not that I don't buy comics, I definitely do.
We just don't buy the new comics, yeah. Just...
No, I buy the new comics. Oh, heck, I've got one in my pile right now. I just don't. I just don't buy the new canon stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And I usually wait for other titles for the trade paperbacks coming out, so I've got more of a complete thing, and it's less money than the single issues, but that's just fine for me.
Hello, Lethal. We were talking about you just before. Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Holy crap, Lethal! What the heck, man? You just up and left? I'm not peak human perfection, but you can keep making that joke. It's fine.
Yeah, it was a bit like suddenly I turned on Discord and it was like, what? He's leaving? He's left already.
If any time in your absence, Lethal, you want to come on our stream or just talk for a little bit, you're more than welcome to, even during your hiatus.
Yeah, he said he's happy to come on stream still, so we'll organise that sometime.
Yeah, we will. We've got, how many guests do we have now lined up? We've got,
well, 2 definite guests lined up that we just got to work out times.
Yep, and then we also have, who else do we have? I'm just checking through stuff again really fast. We also have to get Ed in here, but I think he's on vacation or was on vacation.
Yeah, he went a little bit funny after we went live, and I don't know, he mustn't have worked out the time with you before, but he went a bit funny anyway. Yeah. When he expresses interest and works things out more, then that's alright.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna have Ed on. I don't know if we'll ever freaking get Daniel on.
Probably not, to be honest. From past experience.
He focuses a good part on new canon now. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I've found that
not that we don't.
Not that it's an issue, but I've found that a lot of YouTube channels tend to stray towards new canon when they do both.
Right. Get me on with B level. Yeah. Let's not bring up that. Let's not bring up them.
That opens a can of worms. Yeah, let's not worry about that.
We're already laughing about it, even though like it might not completely be over. But
what is said shall never die. Yeah.
By the way, I know the Star Wars podcast, but can we talk about Game of Thrones really fast?
Sure, why not? We can make this sort of pop culture as well.
Holy crap, that ended terribly. That was so bad.
I can see it possibly have been better if they gave it more room and actually wrote it properly with proper depth building up to it, like the actual ending. But the way it is, it just sort of goes from point A to B with little thought, and it's like, what?
No.
You did this?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just talk really fast. I feel like it's really rushed. Number one, it's really rushed, and that doesn't do that any service. It could have. I think that it needed at least a full season to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
And like that's at least. To me, I feel like a season and a half to 2 seasons. There you go. That's all you would need. One
of the things that I was left feeling like at the end is like, wait, this is gonna collapse now.
Yeah,
that's not a stable government just because it's rushed and they haven't built up to it properly.
Yeah, it's like they just rushed through it, and it's oh boy, it's just so rushed through, and it's because you're in on like how many episodes were there? 6. You're in the 4th episode, and it's like, okay, well, there's 2 episodes left. What are they going to do with this time?
Yeah.
And in all honesty, by the ending of that season, it really opened up a whole plot hole.
It didn't really finish the story.
I mean, kind of. The thing is with Daenerys. No, this is what pisses me off. If Daenerys attacked earlier, she would have won because all the houses were bickering with each other.
Yeah.
And then you had all. By the way, spoiler alert. I'm sorry. All the houses were bickering. The Lannister, like that whole family was in chaos. She had 3 medium-sized dragons by the point she came to Westeros. The Lannisters didn't even have the what is it called? The giant cross bolts.
The giant crossbows.
Yeah, I forget
Ballista,
what they're called.
Something like that. No, they're not ballista. Ballista. The giant crossbows anyway. The dragon slayer crossbow things.
Yes. Yeah, so they wouldn't have built any of those. That city would have fallen like that.
Yeah.
It's boggles my mind. Oh, you can't take them. They're just too powerful. She takes it with one goddamn dragon. And I'm like, didn't your other dragon just die in a previous episode from like one shot? And yet you have this one dragon just dodging all this. And it's just so unbelievable.
Suddenly because his brother died, he got good.
Oh my god.
It's just like Goku turning Super Saiyan from Krillin dying.
I love Dragon Ball.
It's like, oh yeah, he got a buff from brother dying. Yeah, okay then.
They get a buff from pretty much. They get a buff from almost dying and watching their friends die.
It's actually one of the things they say is that the more Saiyans hurt, the stronger they come back. So when he dies, basically he gets double the power when he comes back.
Yeah, it's Zenkai boost.
Yeah.
I'm also a Dragon Ball expert on the side of Star Wars.
But yeah, we can segue this into, from the Game of Thrones ending, Benioff and Weiss's Star Wars trilogy coming up.
Oh boy. If they're doing the Old Republic, they're good at adaptations. They're good at that. If they do that and they stick with the actual Old Republic video game or whatever, it'll be a hit.
Yeah, it will.
If they don't do that, that whole trilogy is fucked.
But I also think
that I have high hopes for them.
I also think that if they're just adapting Knights of the Old Republic, they should just make it in the EU and not try and make a new canon version.
Bye, Darth something.
Yeah, see you, Darth something. Right, yeah. Just make it in the EU if you're gonna adapt it as well.
Yeah. Let me see here.
It probably won't be EU lethal, but that's what I can tell them. And if it's new canon, they're gonna change things, and they're gonna create even more contradictions in their own canon.
Everyone's gonna have a crossguard lightsaber, because that's the new norm. That's the new Old Republic lightsaber, is the crossguard. So everyone's gonna have one of those.
Mm. Yeah. Or so we can get on to some of the things.
I was gonna go on to what your project's been.
Yeah, I haven't been doing that recently just because I've been doing some other things. But that's still sitting there doing stuff, and it's fairly good. It's done really well up until the Clone Wars era, and then I'm not sure.
And
then I'm not sure if you put in
that one.
What I mean is, I'm not sure if you put those extra things in yet.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
No, so I had a hand in that and his expanding universe timeline. I guess Cal put me in charge of the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, because I asked you to have a look at it, and you pretty much said, "Well, I'd like to be in charge of it if I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, well, I didn't say that directly. It's like
that's what it feels like anyway.
No, you asked. Well, should this be?
I did ask you to.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this goes in. It's like, you know what? You do it.
That was pretty much it. It's much easier, I think.
You take care of it. Yeah, splitting up the load. Yeah, definitely.
Especially instead of me asking you, "Oh, where should this go?" You just look at it. It's easier.
Right.
It's easier.
I gotta just say, put in Jango Fett Bounty Hunter. I'm just like looking through some of these.
Possible Marvel Star Wars crossover.
What are you looking at?
My comments. Possible Marvel Star Wars crossover. I haven't heard anything about anything like that. I don't think the universes are really compatible, so it wouldn't really work very well.
No, they aren't. No.
None of the Marvel heroes have force barriers, so unless they've got the super powerful ones, they'll die to the Sith.
the closest Jedi I have to say, or Jedi-like person that could probably stand up against the Jedi in Marvel Comics is probably Psylocke.
Makes sense.
Her what is it called? She can create psionic blades, and I could see those being able to repel a lightsaber.
That makes
stuff
sense.
Like that. Brie Larson as live action Ahsoka. I saw something on that. What is that about?
I saw something about someone's video that did that. I was just no. What if you're gonna get someone to play Ahsoka? Get the actual voice actor and just do her up.
Maybe. Ashley might be good for it. I don't know. She's good with voice acting. I don't know with actual acting how she could do.
But I'd give her a chance at least because she's been voicing the character.
What is it? I was gonna say. Oh yeah. I mean this segues into this nicely. Brie Larson was at Galaxy's Edge on opening night. God knows why or why she was there.
Publicity, I guess.
Even so, it's like she's not affiliated with Star Wars. We also have to talk about another thing that happened. Well, I think, yeah, this happened while we were on hiatus. But Peter Mayhew, the original actor for Chewbacca, died.
Yeah, it's been so long since we did the last episode that that's happened in between. Yeah. So there goes the original actor for Chewie.
Yeah, but he wasn't in it anymore. I think his last
someone else
film
is doing
was.
It, so.
Yeah, his last.
That's
film,
the thing with Chewie is that you can actually get someone else in the suit at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you got CGI, so it wasn't that bad.
So, J-Pal, you're asking about a Psylocke and Ahsoka team-up movie or comic. Give us a pitch. Like, what would your summary of the plotline be? Because I don't know, I can't think of one where a Star Wars and Marvel character would work together very well.
Psylocke's part of the X-Men, so she could probably work with them pretty well.
I'm just wondering what the actual plot would be, because they're so vastly different.
Well, yeah,
Star Wars and
definitely you'd have a problem there.
Yeah, alright. And while we're talking about actors, did you hear about the actor for Admiral Akbar and how he was treated?
I've seen that. I didn't watch the whole video.
I might put that up here for the stream anyway, so let's listen to this. I'll screen share this for a moment.
Well, I've seen like the ending and the thing of it. You can play it.
So Data Race on Twitter's actually really good. Shout out to him. He finds a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he is very anti-Disney.
And I thought, oh well, maybe they're going to say thank you for being one of the heritage characters and giving 30 years and all that, and being all that. But what they did was they gave me a Millennium Falcon sign that had the day and the date on it, a scene number, and they said, "Can you look at camera and just say it's a wrap? Because that would be really funny." It's a wrap. I was actually in tears in the suit because I thought, after everything, after hoping there'd be something, after knowing there wasn't going to be anything else, Akbar's final moment before he went into the box was just a big joke about it's a wrap. I disappeared down the back and couldn't come out for a good 30 minutes after that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. So that's pretty. Yeah, I didn't even thank him for being there for all those years either, which isn't good.
Indeed.
Yeah, I pretty much leave you speechless. It's just
definitely
really terrible. Why you would make anyone's last part in a movie, even if it was just a single movie, and just make a huge joke out of it and not take it seriously is beyond me.
Yeah. It's I don't want to say anything, but generally this is how. I don't know if it was. I think it was mostly Ryan's part. And it's just, Ryan thought it'd be funny if he did. Ryan, I've got my problems with Ryan Johnson. I really don't like him.
We all have our problems with Ryan Johnson.
He, just as a person, he seems like a total. He just seems like a dick.
From the bits and pieces I've seen of interviews and that, it's just, he's not very conducive to a positive atmosphere either. And
no, all he does is want to blame people, and he takes no credibility, and that's a very bad trait for someone to have.
Yeah, being an actor for 30 years definitely deserved better. Even if it was a thank you for being here for so long and being with Star Wars.
Right, and it's definitely. I don't. Akbar. All he did in the last show was show up and die. That's all he was there for.
That's all he was for that, definitely. So I think the character wasn't given justice as much either in that respect.
So I guess this is something to talk about because it just opened in California, but what's it called? The Star Wars Land.
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge. That just opened. God, thanks.
In
all honesty, from what I'm seeing, very lackluster.
The thing is, they also made it completely based on the sequel trilogy and the new stuff. So there aren't as many fans of that as there are of the original trilogy.
So what I hope that they'll do, and I hope they'll see sense with this, is during different holiday seasons or something, they'll add prequel costumes and just kind of do that.
Pay homage to the old stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it could work, especially in that environment. Definitely. It's a pretty neutral environment when it comes to trilogies from what I can see. So if they are able to implement just redress the stormtroopers in the original trilogy, or you could have clone troopers, and you could have Anakin, Padme, Thrawn rocking.
You could even have different sections of the park. One section's the prequel section, one section's the original trilogy, and one section's the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing here. What am I trying to think of? I lost. Oh, the radio dish on the Falcon. If that thing is not interchangeable, what the heck?
Why would they even make it so that it's not even interchangeable?
They should. Honestly, I feel like that'd be something cool that they should do. It's like an interchangeable dish, like for between seasons, they could just remove that really fast overnight and just put it in.
Yeah, that'd be the easiest way.
No, yeah, and it's. There you go. You're in the sequel the original trilogy now.
Easy.
It's
definitely.
Yeah, and
they could have even made a Falcon that they added the compartments to, made a solo version Falcon, and then taken the pieces off overnight, something, and changed it.
I mean, and my logic of thinking that is because they decorate those Disney parks overnight, essentially, and they'll do the castles overnight and put stuff up. But that's how they do it. And if they don't do that or have that opportunity to, which I honestly would hope that Imagineers have thought that through and especially for at least the radar dish.
Yeah.
If because from what I can see, this generation of Imagineers at Disney, I'm not all too impressed by them. In all honesty, they compared to the old Imagineers, like their past generations, they were innovators. Disney, from what I've seen, like this current generation of Disney under Iger especially, and a little bit under who was it before? Eisner.
I forget. Yeah.
They got they got very stagnant with a lot of stuff, and it shows how stagnant they've got, especially with absorbing brands versus creating new stuff or continuing their established brands such as Tron, because they dumped Tron as soon as they got Star Wars IP. They just dumped Tron. Because I don't know if you ever saw Tron Legacy.
I don't. I'd never actually really watched Tron. I don't know why.
Tron's good. Tron's a good movie.
I should
like
watch it
series.
at one point. I did watch Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles last night.
Oh God, how was that?
That was actually fun. I enjoyed it.
I've seen clips pop up online. Excuse me.
The animation for the Turtles, I still like the animation of the 2003 series the best for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but
you know, good bits. You know what's weird? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is owned by, who is it? Paramount, right? No, it's Paramount. Because
they didn't have a Paramount logo on it. They just have Warner Brothers. Let me see. Oh, Nickelodeon. Now, that's right.
Yeah, but what's their parent company? Viacom or?
Just have to look.
Either way, it's weird that, that even happened, in my opinion. But anyway, so back to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, we should talk about Star Wars for this.
Yeah. So all I'm seeing with Galaxy's Edge, the only reason to go there is for the merchandise. Is honestly what I'm seeing. Because the rides look pretty lackluster.
I've seen them advertising the drinks and the build your own lightsaber and all that, but I haven't seen any advertisement for any of the rides or attractions.
Exactly.
On my end.
No, it's same. So the thing is, and I'm going to get into this stupid, and I mean stupid lightsaber building thing they've got. But, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. It's just, that's all they're advertising. Oh, the price gouging for number one alcohol is through the roof. It's like $70, and it's like, and I love how people are touting, this is the first alcohol you can buy in a Disney theme park. No, you dumb shits. You can buy alcohol at Epcot.
You can buy alcohol from the bar down the road and bring it in.
Right. What did he just...
He just sent a thing for ways a Star Wars Marvel crossover could happen. Oh, yeah, those... No. So, here's the thing we can clarify about Star Wars Legends. They say one of the ways is a Star Wars Legends novel. Now, the only way that would happen is if it was in Infinities, in the already non-canon inside of the EU part.
Right.
But with the Legends banner, if you slap a Legends banner on it and people look at it, they'll think it's all in the same continuity.
Right. But they probably slap a Legends banner on it because they've slapped a Legends banner on the Infinity storylines.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it'll be set in Infinities, and some people reading them would be confused if they don't understand Infinities.
Right. So, what was I going to talk about? Oh, price gouging. So they're just price gouging you. So the lightsabers, for example, this is a perfect example of price gouging. The lightsabers. Actually, I wouldn't call it price gouging. I would just say that it's too much for what you get and what you're able to do with it. And
I haven't seen what the actual quality is, but if I was going to get a custom-built lightsaber, I'd get one from Saberforge or Ultra Sabers or one of them.
And that's exactly it. Is you can get a lightsaber for the same amount of money as the one you're getting from Disney World. And I'd have more fun building my own lightsaber I get parts from and soldering electronics and doing all this because I've created it and it means something to me. And I've spent time on it. Versus going to Disneyland or Disney World here next year.
Yeah.
I believe is what they're projecting.
So that's
versus going there. Going to a very limited lightsaber building station.
Yeah.
And building one. So, and this is what really gets me. they only offer you 4 lightsaber colors.
I didn't even heard that much.
Yeah, okay. So they offer you 4 lightsaber colors, but there are 6 you can use. So I'm going to get into this. They've got, so you can pick 4 when you create your lightsaber. Red, blue, green, and purple. You can choose those colors. And you can build your lightsaber with those. But there are 2 additional colors. And then there's a secret one, which I'll get into here in a second. There are 2 additional colors you can buy in one of the trading shops. I forget what it's called.
So that's like EA. So, you can get the extra lightsaber colors DLC.
Right. No, exactly. And I think they're like $20 to $30 a crystal.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I'm not spending $20 to $30 for a piece of effing plastic that I originally wanted to build my lightsaber color with, which the 2 colors are white and yellow.
I wonder why they picked those ones.
I would have loved to build a lightsaber with a yellow color crystal.
Yeah,
I would love that. But because those are locked behind a separate thing.
Here's some real life pay to win, folks.
It makes me not want to build one at their amusement park because
I don't get why they don't have all the colors available to start with.
No, exactly. No, that's what makes me mad. Why? That is what really makes me mad here. And then there's like this rare black crystal, but it's the same thing as a red color crystal. It makes the lightsaber red and everything. It's just a black color crystal. It's just color black.
If you're gonna make a black colored crystal, then you make the dark saber.
Well, they can't do that with the
technology. It's a bit hard. Back to these comments a little bit. I feel like the plot would be too confusing for a Marvel and Star Wars crossover as well. Like, there's methods, but then you got to actually think of a good story to go along with it. But Marvel and DC, back in the day before they started fighting more, actually did crossovers in comics.
Actually, no, they've always been heck, it was more violent back then.
They did do crossovers though.
There's
some comics with crossovers with they actually had the Amalgam Universe, I think, as well.
They did in the 90s, which was the Amalgam Universe, because comic book sales weren't that good, because in the 90s it was like really video game craze and everything. So
that's the answer to that question. They've already done it. Yeah. They could do it again if they weren't too stubborn.
Yeah. So
also, next topic I think we can talk about. I thought I'd had this from before, that like Star Wars Battlefront 2004 is on Steam as well now, which is awesome. And they added Episode 1 Racer a bit before, and I feel like they're gonna add more classic games. So keen to see if they add more classic Star Wars games. That'll be good.
Give me my Gungan Frontier.
Give us Masters of Terras Kasi.
They'd have to port that, and that'd be difficult. Too
much. Back to talking about new stuff. New Star Wars movies will be spaced every 2 years now, which I thought was interesting.
Right. We might not do the rookies commentary because since we're just getting back in the groove and there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, this has been going on for a little bit. We can talk about stuff. That's fun. Can change the thing.
I thought we already did rookies though.
Oh, I'll have to look back, but the last one I saw was Destroy Malevolence. On my playlist. I feel like we did it, but it might have been that one that had an issue with it. I don't know if I forget now. Anyway. Yeah, new Star Wars movies every 2 years. It should be better for the quality, I would say. But who knows?
Definitely.
Who knows what they'll actually produce with the new trilogy?
Oh boy. Yep, that's
gonna be a spectator sport, probably.
Oh boy, yeah. So we might as well talk about this thing. And you haven't gotten to read it yet because
mine's still coming in the mail because I got the signed copy and it takes longer.
I don't know why. I have the signed copy. Like, this is the standard edition.
You live in America.
Yeah, but this... way. So, this, if you haven't yet, go out and... If you like the Legends continuity, go out and pick this up. $6. I know it's a bit steep for some people. But it shows you support... It shows Lucasfilm and it shows Marvel that we still buy Legends content to a degree. And honestly, I'm thinking about getting another one. I liked, darn it, what's his name? I liked a different cover better, but I just got this on day one because I was like, I got support and I was eager to read this, so I might have my local comic
I'm still
shop
reading through the older comics actually, so
yeah,
that's still a thing that I'm later reading it, but I'm still reading through the older ones, so I'll do my review on it once I've actually finished reading all of them.
You don't actually even have to read all of them.
I'd like to. I mean, I'll read it first, and then I'll do my review once I've read the whole original Marvel run.
All you have to do is read until... All you have to do is read until 50. That's all you have to read till.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then pick this up. Even though this takes place... I've put this now... Let me tell you exactly where I've put this in my timeline here. Let's see, Vader's Clan, which I'll oh, there it is. I placed this, Crimson Forever, it's for ABY, of course. This goes right before the unpublished novel, The Heart of the Jedi, by Kenneth C. Flint, which you can find online, by the way.
Yeah.
Just search up The Heart of the Jedi. And it comes before like anything notable, really. It comes before Rogue Squadron #1, The Rebel Opposition. So
and that's
it's
a comic
before that series. Yeah. And it comes essentially, as far as I'm aware, it comes right after 107. So Marvel 107. So
that's kind of why I want to read up to 107 before I do my actual review on it.
So, contrary to actual belief, Vader only appears in like 2 or 3 panels to 1 or 2 pages of this.
Oh yeah, comic. After what happened to Valance before, he should only appear in 2 panels.
Yeah, I'm hating a lot of flack some people are giving this, especially some people say, oh, Valance was a cyborg, why is he all droid? And it's like, well, you can still be a cyborg and still have human components. I like to believe Valance, all that was left that could save a Valance was his brain, his heart, like his internal organs and his brain. That's all.
Yeah, like, I've yet to read it, but it did say half man, half machines in the old comics, so it's a bit.
Well, that's how you refer to a cyborg, and you can also take liberties with it.
It's hard to tell when I haven't read it as well, because they could explain it in a way that does it well. So.
Right. I might as well also get into.
But it looks like the Terminator, but I've seen some pictures.
You know what? He looks like the Yuzon Vong, killer droid. The
YVH battle droid.
Yeah. He looks like that.
Oh yeah. I can see that. I just checked with the picture. I wonder why they made him look like that.
I have no idea. Maybe a Terminator vibe. It could be all sorts of things.
So he first has a Punisher vibe and now he's a Terminator vibe.
So I was mistaken. So I was mistaken with IG88. So I posted this on Twitter, and like, even though it still raised a concern with me, is because IG88 appears in the comic. And at this point, his last droid body and consciousness would have gone kaput.
Yeah, in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. So apparently, IG88 also made an appearance in Star Wars 85: The Hero, which takes place after Return of the Jedi. So
well, that could be like they kept Luke's lightsaber in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's S canon for a reason.
So IG88A is what his body is. So it was apparently reprogrammed, but it says without his violent consciousness. But yet he's violent in the one thing. So at some point, I think that'd be IG88A, and then he's also in the young adult novels, Young Jedi Knights. So
okay, yeah, I'll get to them eventually.
Oh yeah, it'll be a while, but you'll get to them.
Hopefully they offer a bit of an explanation of what he was doing in between to survive.
It does mention in the comics, but it does somewhat allude to what he was doing.
Right.
So the IG88 in the comic is most likely IG88A. So here's a topic.
Read Tales from the Bounty Hunters a while ago now. I can't remember the exact details. I'd have to read the short story again.
Well, at least the short story is.
But it is S canon, so you can go, well, he may have been there, he may not have.
Yeah. I consider a good portion of the Marvel stories, like the events of them taking place, just specific. Sometimes just.
That's how I look at it as well.
So I have my collection to go over.
Cool. The last lot of my collection that I got, you actually saw in my recent video of how to contact books. I was contacting Star Wars Missions books. They're back up in my shelf up in Darwin. But
Darwin?
Yeah. I got Adventures in Hyperspace as well. And
yeah, I see those occasionally. So I might as well begin here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I have just a few. So this is from April. This would have been after I think I got back from Celebration. I picked up Clone Wars Adventures Volume 3 Digest comic. So this is a good little read. Like it. Again, just a bunch of short stories aimed towards a child audience. So this is fun. Pick it up. I picked this up at a Half Price Books. So there's that. Also in May, I found this, which just helps with the Force Unleashed multimedia project getting completed. So I found the comic adaptation, which is interesting. It tells the story of the Force Unleashed from Peroxy's and Juno's point of view.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, the artwork varies, and it includes art from one of my least favorite artists. I gotta remember his name. Was it? I think it was Brian Ching. I didn't like his art. I could be wrong about the person, but half of the art's okay, half of it.
You can probably see the artist in the front cover.
No, that's what I just looked at.
Oh.
From there, I also picked up. This is okay. I guess we're on to May now.
Yeah,
so
we're on
for
to
the
you
May
now.
releases, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 things in May. I think. It says I got 9 things in May. What am I missing? First thing is this. I found, which was a Star Wars Adventures
novel. I got some of those as well.
Yeah, this one's Jango Fett and the Razor Eaters. Apparently, they all make one giant story, so...
Yeah, that'd be like the Episode 1 Adventures.
Yeah, so it's pretty much useless without the others.
You can still read that part of the story.
But, yeah.
It's always
definitely
good. It's a full series, so you expect that they connect together.
Next thing I got, this one's from Amazon. Cestus Deception, Under the Legends banner, of course.
Still a fine addition to the collection.
Of course. So, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I really do like this binding in these covers for the novels, and I wish they did. Also, the paper inside. I wish they did this for all of the Del Rey Star Wars books, because the paper inside is nice. It's nice and white. It's nice and white. Ink's all there. The cover is nice and glossy, and it's, hard. It's very durable. But it's also very bendable, so it doesn't bend at the spine on a thick book. It bends on this. So I really do like this, and that's also because of these pages being kind of thin. So again, I would really prefer this, and this binding design and cover, because it helps with the longevity of the novel.
Yeah. Also, thinking of the Legends banner, thought I may as well, with the lot I got, was I replaced a couple of Rebel Force books that I had the banner on, because...
I'll take those off your hands if you can send them to the States.
You can pay the shipping. Fun.
Oh, the $50 shipping. Oh boy.
Oh, only $50. Oh, you'll get off lucky.
Oh,
you'll get
off. Oh boy.
Here we go. Looking at.
So I found this
again.
Yep. Got a hold of one of these at a half price books. Nice. Found Vader's Quest, which is an interesting one. I haven't read through it all yet. But it's also the gold foil version on the front, and it comes
shiny.
And it comes with a poster, which was never removed, thank God.
Awesome.
So I can now say I have a Star Wars Legends poster.
Woo!
But also in here you have essentially this is how Vader learns Luke's who blew up the Death Star, but they don't. Vader learns his last name but not his first name in here. So he just knows the last name Skywalker. So that was Vader's Quest. Next up is actually, speaking of Rebel Force, this takes place exactly right after that, which is the novel Allegiance by Timothy Zahn.
Oh yes, I've got my review of that. Yeah, that's the first of the Hand of Judgment duology, and the second one is Choices of One.
By the way, the Hand of Judgment duology, it's what is that? It's a fan duology name. It's not
Yeah,
an official
basically, because the two books center around the same group of people. They're basically duology of a continuation of the same story.
Zon usually works in that way. I refer to those two as the Hand of Judgment duology or the Mara Jade duology, whatever you want to call it. And then the other one is Outbound Flight and Survivor's Quest, which is I refer to that as the Outbound Flight duology because it deals with outbound flight. So Zon works in that way. I'm trying to think what other things I'm missing from him, because I'm missing Choices of One, and hold on, let me think. It should have his biography in here. Not his biography, his bibliography. I am just missing for Legends. All I'm missing of his works is Scoundrels and Choices.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, I've actually only got very few of the junior novels to go, but I have to wait for a while because financial situation now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hit that. And then from there it's on to hopefully comics for you.
Oh, I'm gonna do source books before comics more, I think, because there's less source books that are important.
Okay,
I'll get the important source books that are really helpful.
Okay, I will refer to you as this. Work your way back, and I'd start with, if you don't have it already, the encyclopedia, the Star Wars Complete Encyclopedia. I'd start with that, and then work your way back with the essential guides, and then stuff like that. I'd say, in all honesty, I'd save any role-playing stuff for later, or just pick it up throughout the thing, because the prices for the role-playing stuff fluctuates.
Yeah, fair enough.
Regularly. Let me think. So I just work back with the guidebooks, and then I'm just figure out what else. Again, any behind the scenes or production books like art books and stuff like that, I wouldn't worry too much about currently. Again, I just pick stuff up if I see it at half price books. If I see it at
I don't see much stuff here.
Or yeah. I mean, you're in Sydney. There should be a few used bookstores all over the place there.
Not near me. I'm out in the suburbs a little bit more, so to get into where there's actual more bookshops and things like that. A bookshop's at least about 20 minutes, half an hour away, so that's not too bad a drive. But I've had to get my comic book mailed for 108 because that's way in the city, and I'm out in the suburbs more.
Oh my god, dude! Just get an Uber or have one of your film friends.
There's actually a train into the city now, so I might be able to do a day, but I haven't yet because
you
time.
You should.
Just going and buy one away.
And I already went into the Star Wars 108 Forever Crimson, Forever Crimson.
Crimson Forever.
Yeah, that's that's number 50. This one I found actually just days ago. Star Wars Blueprints, Rebel Edition. So this is the source book that first made a difference, at least source-wise, between official source book, between the CR70 and the CR90. And believe it or not, looking at this, they are shorter. They are much. The CR70 from episode 3 is a lot shorter than the one from episode 4. I don't know if you can see that well or not.
Sort of.
but it's very interesting, and you look at the engine blocks and everything like that, and it's, you know, there is a difference, and it's interesting. I forget what they named the CR. It isn't the CR-70 in canon.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Is it the CR-60 in canon? I want to say it's the CR. Wait, no, it's the CR.
Yeah, my timeline, the last I did of it, I went through pre-Old Republic era up to the Clone Wars era. Going through the Star Wars timeline.net.
Yep.
And
also
updated that.
Alright. It also included all the posters from the book, so I have all those in here.
Nice.
Also this goes into the Y-Wing stuff with the Y-Wing stuff. So again, it shows like what it's like with the Clone Wars stripped down version and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I had fun with that. Actually, no, this is what they changed. In episode 3, apparently it isn't called the Sundered Heart anymore. It's called the Tantive 3. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird that they would completely rename the whole ship. But whatever.
It's not the same ship now. It's the new canon version, which goes on a different adventure. I guess.
Stupid. It's stupid that they just... Oh, how original. It's called the Tantive 3.
Yeah, I know. Name originality. There's a point, I think, that... There's a certain point... I usually say they shouldn't copy the EU, but then there's a certain point where they may as well take just names of things sometimes, like a ship. If it's better than what they're going to come up with.
I'm okay with them taking some of the EU if it's done well.
I think that's what my issue is with it.
And I'm not okay with pointless changes like that. Like if something's this name in Legends /EU, keep it that in the new canon. Don't just give it a new damn name.
Hi Nico. Hi Rave Blitz.
Nah, no, it doesn't. If that was the case, Rave, I'm not getting into.
We don't need to get into it. Yeah.
No, I don't. Speaking of episode 3, after I'm done with this, I'll talk to you about something.
Oh, I know it was the 20th anniversary of the Phantom Menace in between when we last streamed as well.
Yeah. I love how we don't stream all of, May, which is Star Wars month.
Oh, well. I streamed May the 4th, but that was separate because I think you were doing something else or whatever. Time zones, fun. But yeah.
We tried streaming, I think, on May the 4th. Because I streamed...
I know I did a bit, but yeah. I know I did a bit, and then you came on, that's right. That's fun.
Yeah. So, this is a more rare source book to find nowadays. It's not really a source, but kind of is a source. It's a pop-up book. Source book.
Oh, those are cool. The pop-up.
It's a pop-up source book. But a lot of this just includes information that was given in the West End Games stuff, and it's been reprinted later on by future books. Case in point, the author of this book did the Essential Vehicles and Vessels, the original Vehicles and Vessels guide. So whatever's probably printed in here is probably in that, and I can easily double check that. But I'm not going to right now. And lastly, which is honestly, thank God I found one of these, because I did not want to shell out the money for a limited edition, even though the Malga statue would be cool to have. I found one of these, which is the Journal of Master Nostral. So, And inside, thankfully, also includes inserts and maps of the stuff. So, stuff of Jedi Temple, shield plans, and a little thing of the Treaty of Coruscant.
Yeah.
So
I find that interesting to read as well, because that basically gives you some backstory to the video game, which helps.
Right. So essentially, all this is I'm looking through this, and a lot of it is what they have said in the videos that they did, the lore videos that they did for the game.
Yeah.
At least that's what it is on the surface. So this is such just a written version of it, from what I can tell, and it includes a little bit more.
Yeah, it's good.
But I like it. It's very it's photo album size, and it's just kind of cute.
It's nice to have a different type of book like that sometimes as well.
Yeah. The illustrations in it are great, and I enjoy looking them.
Yeah, I think some of them might be concept art from the game. I forget.
Yeah, some of it's concept art. Some of it is, again, a lot of this art's used in the.
Some of that's art from KOTOR as well. And
not even KOTOR. It's used. This art is used in the his Holo.
Oh yeah,
his Holo
Galactic Timeline videos.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
which I've also got up on my channel on my Star Wars: The Old Republic playlist.
Which we will be continuing once we both get subscriptions again.
Yeah, mine ran out and I haven't bothered to pay for it again.
I'm waiting to pay for it until we play it again.
Yeah.
So, again, it's just a bunch of, it's the Galactic Timeline, but in a written format, and only goes up to a certain point, I think, before it stops.
Yeah, it must have been because some of the Galactic Timeline was released after the book was published.
Right. But I do like this, and it is nice to have. I only got it for $8, so it was a steal.
Yeah. I'll quickly just say we're not called to fix the implications, but I'll do a quick fansplain. This time we'll do it together, as Anakin would often rush off and be reckless anyway, so that could be multiple times Obi-Wan could say that to remind him. Also, I've been training your Jedi asked by Count Dooku is just a phrase that you could use to try and intimidate someone, and who knows if Grievous actually recognises a singular Jedi too much. Other than, he says General Kenobi, but to remember the exact one he's fighting at the time, who knows?
And in all honesty, when he says this time we'll do it together, him and Kenobi never fought in unison with, actually against Dooku, in TCW. Barring, I'm saying this, barring Season 6, which, again, I, for the most part, do not include Season 6, because of its whole line of contradictions.
Yeah, Season 6 is a lot more going on.
Season 6 is a lot more problematic to everything versus the other 5, in all honesty. I'm going to say this. Again, they've never fought in unison. They have fought Dooku, specifically Anakin has fought Dooku by himself most of that series. And then there is one time where they confront him and Dooku escapes before they're even able to clash lightsabers together. And then another time is when Anakin's already fighting him and Kenobi just comes in mid-battle, and by that time he escapes. So it's not... They've kept everything fine.
And also, if you think about it, that training your Jedi is about Count Dooku. Dooku defeated Obi-Wan at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
And so, I don't think there's ever been a time when Grievous actually told the Jedi who he's been trained by. That I know of. So it could just be that bit of information. He's trying to intimidate them.
Yeah, and not only that, but my personal thing with it is that Grievous was never properly trained until near the end of the war, before they attacked Coruscant.
And then they said, just spin your lightsabers around like a windmill.
Yeah, and what supports what I just said with Grievous and that is essentially in the Clone Wars miniseries, the Tartakovsky series, you see Grievous and Dooku sparring together, and essentially Dooku is telling Grievous very basic things that, you know, is almost like a first lesson type stuff.
Yeah, or just back to basics at least.
And even then, it's still, you know, because in other sources also quotes that Grievous mostly trained against his Magna Guards.
Yeah, which he programmed himself, so it's a bit like, yeah.
Yeah, so between when Grievous fought Kenobi the last time, he wasn't properly trained by Count Dooku in the Jedi arts, which was lightsaber combat. He was mostly self-taught or trained against Magna Guards.
Yeah. So there you go, Rave Blitz. And this time we'll do it together. It's easy. Obi-Wan could say that multiple times to Anakin because Anakin generally doesn't listen and rushes off.
Yep. This time we'll do it together.
Oh, hello, Branster. But yeah.
Hey, Branster.
It's Greg Leth.
This time we'll do it together.
But yeah, I agree the micro series fits better as far as continuity.
Yeah. Speaking of, well, I don't want to get too much into it. Speaking of episode 3, Pablo was kind of like insinuating something, and it's like he was asking people, how long do you think what do you think the span of episode 3 is? Like days or months? And I'm like, it's months? It's actually not months, it's days? It's like, and I see a lot of people go on there, oh, it's months because Padme wasn't pregnant in the beginning of it. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
I can't see where they would be able to hold a position at Coruscant for months.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh.
Who came up with that?
Hold up. I'm going to pull up some of the tweets. Because Eckhart also came in. And, was saying stuff about it. I gotta find it. Profile, tweets and replies. So Pablo said specifically, because he did a poll. He says, I'm sure I'll regret this, but I am curious. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith spans. And this just says, everything you guys need to know. Which is, this was the poll. 50% said months, 50% said days. If you're not an idiot, it's days. He says, gonna give this till tomorrow. Amazing consistency, though. This is 1,000 some votes later. It's still 50-50. It's there's something to be written about. Yeah, it's there's something to be written about how the first time a fact is revealed in fiction is not the first time that fact came to be. Looking at you under construction Death Star at the end of episode, which you retconned in the new canon, which is utterly stupid.
What did they do with that in the new canon?
So
I haven't cared that much to look. I mean,
so number one, the dish on the Death Star.
Oh yeah, the construction of that.
Yeah. Oh my God! Looks like this final number over 17,000 votes, with 51% thinking the movie spans months.
Why?
I'm sorry, but I'm looking at you, Star Wars fans. Are you serious?
Wait, everyone who voted on that, are you serious? What?
Really? It does not span months. It spans a week at most. Hold on, let me pull up.
At a real stretch, a month, but not months.
Let me consult the timeline because the timeline I made has the original end date for episode 3 and the original beginning date. So I will tell you exactly how many days it was. Where is Battle of Coruscant? The 5th month on the 20th day. Clone Wars officially ends / the Newsnet Core Edition, which was published the day after Order 66 / 2 days after Order 66, was 5 months. The 5th month on the 23rd day. So it spans 3 days. Episode 3 spans 3 days, people.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, honestly, I would have dragged it out probably over a week, but 3 days, okay, that's fine.
You can still fit everything in there in 3 days.
Whoever said it was months. No one said it was months. Public.
Of course, it's also Pablo Hidalgo's Twitter account where he's probably blocked all the people with common sense that would vote on that.
So here's the thing about what Pablo said. The peculiar thing about episode 3 was that it was the only time during the prequel era that George Lucas was never specific to us about timeline stuff. He usually wasn't so detailed about such things, but something about episode 3 was different. He said it spans days. Okay.
There you go. You heard it from George himself.
Well, Pablo himself, from the mouth of George.
Yeah.
A key factor is indeed Padme's pregnancy, but not how people think. Natalie wore the same belly prosthetic in the Coruscant scene as she did on the Mustafar scene. There is no progression in her pregnancy. Before birth is prematurely induced umpools. And that's what my thinking was that the twins were premature.
Yeah. And that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just come because he choked her.
Yeah. I mean, you just turned that into something, God, or I did by accident. But the way you're laughing makes it
that I just realised the implications of what I said. Yeah. The babies wouldn't be born just because he choked her.
Yeah, It says, now put aside the size of her belly and size of the baby's photographed and compare it into the birthing scene. That's a whole nother matter.
Yeah.
But the idea
of course
is several months pregnant at the start of the movie, and she and Anakin haven't seen each other in months. Yes, that was the original thing. It says, the Outer Rim Sieges was another thing where George was very specific with us, telling it lasted about 6 months, which my timeline is 6 months for the Outer Rim Sieges. Yes! Woo! It fits. I should have George's seal of approval with that, at least.
Yes. Good fun.
So let's see. This was worked into Dark Horse comic and the Genndy Tartakovsky microseries and the novels at the time. An interesting specific reaction to the episode 3 timeline is, but Anakin only turned to the dark side after a few days. Friend, he did not start going to the dark side in episode 3.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. We see him start going to the dark side in episode 2.
This is where I will agree with Pablo, because here in this post he has common sense.
Yeah.
And his schooling, he's doing his job. He's schooling and teaching people about the history and everything on Star Wars.
Or can those people just watch the movies again? Because you see him slaughtering Tusken Raiders in episode 2. How is that not starting to turn to the dark side?
Yeah, and then the whole Clone Wars even shaped him even further.
Yeah, definitely. And you see that in Jedi Quest And the other
Yeah,
novels.
you do. Again, it's just this is the side of Pablo I want to see more often. No, I don't want to see the bashing Pablo or the shill Pablo. This is the Pablo I like. Is where
just talk facts.
Yeah, talking facts and talking Star Wars, and I'm not gonna say do his job, but this is what people want to hear from you, Pablo.
What is this
we
job
want to hear
title?
This. I don't think he's part of the story group. Let's see. And in all honesty, this is what I
creative executive.
He's a creative executive. Yeah,
he's apparently a member of the story group as well.
I don't see it.
But that doesn't. We don't see anyone from the story group doing anything useful.
Yeah.
So
except Matt sometimes.
Yeah, Matt at least replies on Twitter. Oops, that came out too big.
Yeah. And it's not a dick about things. So the thing is here with and I think I remember reading this in like the making of or one of the illustrated book of Revenge of the Sith, is they didn't want to make the belly too big and it be distracting.
Yeah. And you also wanted to be believable that Padme's still able to be up and working in the Senate and everything.
Yeah.
To make it interesting for the plot.
I don't know, it's weird. Where did I place? Honestly, curious on where I placed that. So that would have been 10 months, 16 days, and then Padme would have been probably 5 to 6 months. And the basic Star Wars time pregnant, which would be probably around 7.
The equivalent
maybe 8
to
months.
Yeah.
I can tell you because when I made the timeline, I just made the whole calendar, and Cal includes it in his.
Yeah, I included it in mine because it's a useful resource.
Yeah.
To
let me
figure out
think.
the calendar.
So one human pregnancy is equal to
8 months and 56
8 months
weeks.
/ 56 weeks. So, yeah. So, yeah, definitely they would have been premature. I've only been waiting a handful of... I know, right? I know, Prankster. Follow Matt. If anything, Matt, if you want to hear Star Wars stuff, talk to Matt Martin or Leland Chi on Twitter, because they talk at least more about it.
I haven't seen much from Leland Chi, to be honest.
Yeah, Leland is just kind of that person who hides underground.
At least now he is.
Yeah, he's like a gopher. He hides underground, and like when he's called upon by Matt or someone, he just pokes his head up. It's like, yeah, what do you want? Because that's how he was when he responded. Like I've tried to get in contact with Leland before, but he pretty much ignores it. But when Matt calls him, he's like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's like, yeah, you got. It's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we worked on this, and we have this manuscript in our archive, even though it wasn't released. Speaking of which, we're talking about the unreleased novel, Escape from Dalgu.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So Lucasfilm has the novel. Maybe that's what we should push. We should just push them to release that instead of know.
I don't know.
That'd be something. That'd be something simple for them to release. Just
whack a cover on it and print it. Yeah.
Not even that. It's like they have a cover already made. But
no,
yeah.
they need to put the Legends banner on it now.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have so many like unpublished like novels and stuff, like Lightsider. You know, they could give those to us, and we'd be satisfied.
Yeah. I have to check.
If anyone wants, I don't have that pulled up here. Might as well pull it up.
I just need to check what ones Abel G. Pena has written. Because So, thoughts on Abel G. Pena's work? I haven't actually really read.
Wait, Pena's
his
work.
Stuff much.
He's done Skywalkers and Nexus. Yes. I didn't see the comment. So I was busy with stuff. Yes, I am very familiar with Abel G. Pena's work. As he is honestly one of the better Star Wars historians / people who can create believable retcons within Star Wars. If I had a way of contacting him, I totally would, and I'd show him this, and most likely I'd probably get his seal of approval.
I can see why I haven't read his stuff though, because a lot of it's source books and magazine articles and stuff. Yeah.
By the way, they guys go in case any of you want that what I'm referencing and whatnot. But what I'm letting you guys know is, I'm familiar with his work. He's essentially what I referred to Pena as the king of Star Wars retcons because he just does it so well. He's able to mesh stuff together. He did, case in point, his big thing is the Skywalker's novella, which I sent you, I believe.
Yeah, I believe. I've been reading my other stuff still, but
I know
it's in the archives.
Pena does a lot of stuff like that. I'll tell you what else he's done. The Emperor's Pawns, that was kind of a retcon piece and about, the Emperor's hands and everything. Kyle Katarn's Tale, which was, it was a Dark Forces saga thing, I think, dealing with retcons. He did Unknown Soldier, the story of General Grievous. So he did essentially the Grievous's background and everything. He did Aliens of the Empire, which is one of the better ones, I believe. And then he also did Droids Reanimated, which again was another thing. And then Despoilers of an Empire. Again, he also wrote the Skywalker's book. I'm trying to find it. Where is that? I thought he wrote that, didn't he? Pretty sure he wrote that. Skywalker's a Clone Wars story. Yeah, Abel G. Pena wrote that as well.
Yep.
And it's just, that whole thing is a giant retcon with consolidating the Marvel Comics stuff together. And also, the short story that comes with it also consolidates TCW into the EU a bit more.
Yeah, plus the tie-in novels and stuff from Clone Wars.
Right.
2008, I should say.
Right. So I like Pena. He's cool. At least from his work wise, I don't know him as a person. But so far, his contributions.
I think he did from the look of it, the KOTOR campaign guide and that as well, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Useful things.
I gotta leave in an hour, which is fine. I can keep doing
that's
this
fine.
podcast.
We can wrap up a little bit anyway. Nearly an hour and a half done now anyway.
I'm still good though. I've got time.
Yeah.
I'm just going swimming, and it's fine.
That's good.
So what else we have to talk about though? I'm sure we have a few more things.
I didn't have things on there, but maybe we could go into some other things.
I am curious. We have technically what? I have 2 of my things on. I might as well ask anyone if anyone's got any questions on the podcast or anything.
Yeah, why not? Because we're live, we can do that. I think people have been doing that anyway because it's a live stream.
By the way, Brand, so you're part of the Fandom Menace. I see you pop into this chat, and I actually have like really no interactions with you, but I've seen on Twitter like the kind of like somebody posting the pics of everyone in the Fandom Menace, and you're on there. So that's just how I know you. I'm also going to...
So, yeah, okay.
God.
So we could talk about this here.
God, we've got freaking 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6 pages just from you against you know who, the one group.
Yeah, just in defense of myself if I needed it.
Yep.
Yeah, we could talk about a couple of things I might have left for a guest on the Holocast.
Yeah.
So here's a big one. Thinking of Clone Wars, is people using headcanon to write material out of the EU timeline.
So with me, I don't. Wait, say that again.
So I know some people who use their headcanon to write material out of the EU timeline. So basically they say, oh, Clone Wars doesn't fit, so that's not part of the EU.
I mean, in all honesty, technically everything is headcanon until it's put into print, if you think about it. But the thing is you have limitations you have to abide by. Such as those
you gotta go
put in place by the slice thing. Which, in all honesty, I feel like if you follow the set rules and you put it in I'm okay with fan fiction to a degree. This is how I look at fan fiction. I look at it to a degree. If I feel like it could, if you're paying attention to the material and the timeline and retcons and everything like that, if you're paying attention to all that and you create a story and you know exactly where it fits in and you can say where it fits in, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
The problem I have with headcanon and fanfiction is when people just go balls to wall crazy with it and just be absurd with it.
Yeah. I don't always read fanfiction, but when I do, I read stuff that matches the best with the continuity.
Oh, great. Guys, prepare for a meme on our Facebook page from that quote specifically. Callum's probably about to create it. He's good at creating the memes.
All the memes every day.
So, I find fan fiction, again, if you follow the rules and you limit yourself and you know what sandbox you're playing in, I feel like you're good. And
I like stuff like the old West End Games stories. They're basically, anyone could have a crack at those, and they fit within continuity, so they're great.
Yeah. It's just like, the thing is with Clone Wars stuff, you just can't use characters like, I'm just going to use this for example. You can't use characters like Anakin and Obi-Wan. in fanfiction because at this point the timeline for the Clone Wars is stretched, and I mean stretched. Again, you guys can check that link I dropped.
Also, if
and
I
you
was
can see how stretched it is.
Also, if I was to write fanfiction, it'd be for filling in the gaps in the timeline.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Because there's huge gaps in the Old Republic and the Legacy era, so why not?
And I feel like there should be a gap that fills in. You know, I'm okay, and I plan on doing my own fan fiction when I find the time or when I get this Clone Wars timeline done. Is to help fill in some of these gaps with stuff, such as the Barosaw Fee stuff, and you have other mysteries sprinkled throughout, such as Cad Bane and Dirge. It's, you know, very interesting.
Yeah.
Sebas. Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
Even Pelion, you can make, like, you could write a Clone Wars thing on that because, you know, again, if you follow continuity,
you won't have an issue, at least when I'm reading it.
Yeah. Another thing with, I think, also keeping stuff, you know, fanfiction is make sure the characters are believable and they act like they should.
Yeah, so if you're writing for a character that previously exists, you do have to make them line up.
Yeah, just don't pull a Crystal Star, all right?
Or you pull one of those random weird, for example, erotica fanfictions.
Hold on. Fanfiction was merely after the second. But isn't Pelion dead during? Doesn't he die during the Second Galactic Civil War?
Or does he?
He does.
I'm still reading.
That's a big thing.
I'm still reading through things.
That's also a big thing. Don't bring characters back from the dead unless you are Lucas frickin' Film.
But why? For the time travel stories.
Oh God, no! And for the love of God, do not bring time travel into Star Wars like fucking Rebels did. Oh boy. I'm okay. I'm okay with the one in
Cross Current.
Yeah, I'm okay with the one in Cross Current because it actually makes sense and is fine.
And it has some universe rules and stuff.
Because they don't go back in time; they go forward in time.
And they can't return, and there's actual rules to it.
Yeah, there's rules. They can't effing return.
No one's ever really gone.
Lethal. No. Bad Lethal.
We need to get the squirt gun and just squirt.
I try to be peak human perfection, but damn it, Lethal. Actually, no. You know what? I'll just transfer myself into a clone body. I'll live forever.
Haha. Until the body decays faster. Too bad he didn't find out about the Isal and Miri early enough. Then again, if the Isal and Miri was around the Emperor's clone bodies, they would have blocked him being able to get into the body, wouldn't they?
I still think the most ridiculous thing in Star Wars is Waru.
I don't think so. It says it's complete. OBS still says it's streaming, but it says stream complete on YouTube. Oh, now it's back. What's going on?
Welcome to the audio exclusive version of this podcast where we lose our shit at us.
Welcome to the madhouse.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
I don't know what happened there with that, but
you can probably catch it on the audio podcast. Our frantic.
Because we're recording with Audacity at the same time. That's fun.
Yeah, we're on Apple Podcasts, by the way. Just search us up.
Disney bought Evan. Disney bought.
They did not. Disney could offer. Actually, Disney could offer me a lot of money, and I'd take it.
Timothy Zahn.
But I don't think. I'd take the money, but I'd breach the contract pretty fucking fast.
Probably.
I can't stay loyal to Disney, especially under.
If they give me a one-off payment and just tell me to shut up, I'd probably just be like, "I'll take the money," and then I'll just undermine you.
God, if you did that, Cal, Jesus Christ. Hey, well, can you help me here?
I don't have to sign anything. I'll just take the money. If you want to give me money, sure. Yeah.
No. See,
if you want product placement, I'll put a Mickey in my video.
Is it bad that I support Disney but only under Walt Disney, and anything before Edgar and kind of somewhat under
that makes
Eisner?
sense.
For those of you on the audio side, we're sorry that you can't see this, but it's pretty funny. You'll
have to come find the live stream afterwards and just have a look at the comments. Oh, that's great.
Oh boy, hold up.
And for people who watch my reviews, my Marvel Star Wars comic reviews should be going up a bit more, because I've got a bunch that I've written notes for. I just need to record them.
Is it bad that I just hate Disney because it's lost its creativity and originality and become?
I think that's the thing you should be looking at in all of entertainment. Really, is just the creativity and innovation there.
Yeah, because that's what Disney was known for, and look at their parks. That was built on that, and that's what Walt Disney.
Pixar is still doing pretty well, I reckon.
Excitement's up for the year. See, I'm not a big fan of musicals, but I guess that's the one thing I also don't like about Disney is just the constant musicals.
Oh, here's a fun thing. I still haven't watched the original Lion King.
Get out.
You get out. It's my stream, yeah.
I don't host the shit. What are you saying? Oh, in case any of you guys aren't aware, me and Cal are thinking about, at some point, we don't know when it will happen or even really if it'll happen, but it's just kind of a plan that we're thinking about putting in place, and that's just kind of a soft reboot of the Holocast. But
it's an idea that's being put forward.
Yeah.
Because on the audio side of it, we sort of started it. What was it, number 4 or something?
Yeah, we've kind of lost audio.
Oh, Branson, my bro, neither of you. Branson, my bro.
Branson! Get out! Come to think of it, I probably need to get out there because I haven't watched Lion King for probably, oh god, it's probably going on like 15.
I have to allow that comment. Years now.
Oh my god. We can't say that because
you can't say that on the.
We'll get demonetized because
even worse than demonetized, we'll just be struck down.
By the way, can we talk about how bad YouTube is again? Because they are really fucking up big time again.
I've seen people talking about it, but I never looked at it. I'm just like, I'll just continue.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll just continue.
Me neither. It's par for the course at this point. It's like, yeah, I just look at the day. It's like, I'm just counting down. It'll be any day now when YouTube just shits itself again.
I just gotta
and people start bitching on the air and start bitching on Twitter.
I'm just waiting for someone to make a viable alternative.
No, I think everyone is. Somebody, for the love of God, make a viable alternative to YouTube, because YouTube. I saw this tweet and I fully believe this, that YouTube is just an experiment to see what it's like for a social platform to be run completely by robots.
Lion King is how you get into my pants. Lasagna. My grandma left the keys in the car. My grandma left the keys. I know that part.
Morty! Get in, Morty, we're going!
Just 5 minutes, Morty. Just short adventure.
Wait, hold on, let me think. Where were they going in Australia? We're going to... Why can't... I can't think of it!
Oh, forget the Aussie one now as well.
Morty, we're going... it's a very Aussie place.
But came for season 4 of Rick and Morty anyway.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's coming. I'm surprised it's coming out this fast.
Yeah, I know. I'm keen. It's like the one TV show I know I'll be watching.
See you in another 3 years, maybe.
Even if it's 9 seasons, Morty.
Oh boy. At least that show on TV is good.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones and Star Wars Resistance.
Yeah. Resistance got a season 2 somehow.
Is it bad that I don't know why Daniel likes Resistance that much?
I don't see the huge appeal of it. I've watched it and I don't see the huge appeal of it.
I tried watching it. I just couldn't. It's like, I don't know, the animation's a big turnoff for me. It feels like a step back from what they were doing, and then it's like, it's just stuff I've seen before.
The plot does move, but it doesn't, I don't know, it's just not interesting.
We need to pull more subscribers into our channels.
I'm getting there.
I'm not.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, every day and every way, it'll get better and better.
Oh boy.
I shared my where to start with the novels of the EU, and that got me 13 subscribers.
Did it really?
Yeah, I shared it around Reddit and everywhere.
Is it bad that I don't really watch any of my friends' videos just because, I don't know, just a personal reason? Is it weird?
What's the personal reason? Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's not that I don't have interest in them. It's just that I think a part of my brain's like, let's see how far you can go without my help. I don't know.
So you're gonna ditch me? You're gonna be like, oh no. So the soft reboot of the Holocast is actually gonna be just me ditching you, and you can do it on your own.
Oh fuck that! I can't do a podcast by myself. You carry this podcast. Right. I wouldn't say it's horrible. I've watched a few of Cal's videos. It's I don't know, I just have so much other stuff to watch, and
Yeah, I find that I watch some things that interest me, but if I'm just subscribed to someone for helping support them, I tend not to watch their videos as much.
Right. I mean, no, like, the thing is, I'm definitely gonna watch the contact paper one, because that's gonna help me.
Yeah,
but I am curious, where did you tell people to start with your video? Like in the
I picked multiple scenarios to go through, so you have to watch it to find out.
So my video set up in the same way. It's like different scenarios, but generally this is what I'd recommend.
So the first, I started with chronological order, and then I went, if you just as a general blanket rule, start with the Thrawn trilogy, basically.
Oh no, definitely. That's essentially.
But I said about some that help enhance the movies, and
I know it's horrible.
If you're interested in Sith and some other things.
No, yeah, definitely, and like for me, again, I'd recommend jumping on point be the Thrawn trilogy, and there's many different ways you can like look at it.
I actually let my mate double up of Heir of the Empire, and he's gonna read that, so that'll be awesome.
Let me see. What did I do? I've gotta find it.
I don't think I've seen the Luke would never say that video.
22. I can imagine Evan is a Mac Daddy pimp who drives around in a pimped up automobile with the windows down, hanging out free Captain. No.
I can get the Mac Daddy pimp who drives around a pimped up automobile, and then you say, and he's too good to watch his friends' videos.
I could literally show you guys what I drive right now, and it is the most basic thing imaginable. I don't know if you guys would get a good view of it, but
look, quick, Google Maps. Let's find him.
Out there you can see kind of a silver Honda CR-V. That's the big. That's what I drive. It's a Honda CR-V because it is efficient.
Luke
I like it.
Apparently, I gotta watch Luke Would Never Say That now. Not just Luke Would Never Say That, but Luke Would Never Say That now.
And I screwed up my webcam. I think. Oh well, I'll fix it.
You'll work it out.
By the way, you're seeing a part of my room which you guys usually don't see, which is Lego set, the 40th anniversary action figures.
Nice.
And a whole bunch of other crap. So I was gonna quickly talk on something really fast. Once I get this.
So if I play the video, it'll just come over through the desktop audio. So maybe later.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna turn off my camera really fast while I fix this. So. Epic Honda moment.
My Anna Honda don't.
It's not a bad SUV. I've never had major issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it works.
Sometimes, there you go. I've got a 1995 Hilux.
By the way, this shirt, awesome shirt, love it, got it, celebration. So this is what I recommend for people would be, I've got a rough 1.5 page script. So I did, it's gonna be a long video. Child readers, like, I recommended child readers start with the Jedi Apprentice series of books.
I sort of did if they're interested in Anakin and, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon start with Jedi Apprentice, but if you're interested in the next generation after that, you can go to Young Jedi Knights and Junior Jedi Knights.
Right. So again, I feel like you do that and then Jedi Quest and then go on to other stuff. And then
it just depends on the interest, because if they're interested just in post Return of the Jedi, there's an option for that as well then.
Yeah. Because my logic thinking, if you're a kid going into this, you read through...
or even if you're an adult reading the book to your children, nighttime, something like that.
So as a kid starting in the EU, I'd recommend starting with Jedi Apprentice, then going Jedi Quest, then going to the two Clone Wars young adult books, and then going into Last of the Jedi, and then because Last Jedi finishes that off, and then going into Rebel Force. And after all that,
but don't forget the Episode 1 adventures. You gotta have that story about how Jar Jar got exiled.
I'm getting to that. So from there, it's like you've read most of the kids' books. By the time you read through all those, you should be old enough to get into the young adult stuff, which would be the Junior Jedi Knights, and read more about that. So you'll be able to pick that up. So I said if you're a teen or an adult, the answer is obvious. And I said, I'll just read this out. Now what would I recommend if you were a teen or an adult? Well, the answer is obvious. If you've watched any other video of the same subject, it's the same, and it is the Thrawn trilogy. The trilogy is composed of the trilogy is composed of The Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and The Last Command. Taking place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, the story deals with our original heroes up against the last Grand Admiral, the original 7, 8, and 9. And for a good reason, Timothy Zahn has captured the characters perfectly and feels natural. After that, I suggest you go after the first 7 X-Wing novels written by Michael Stackpole and Aaron Alston.
I just started those.
Yeah. Following those, you should read The Courtship of Princess Leia, and if you really want, Tatooine Ghosts, which make up, for me, an unofficially called the Organa Solo duology. After that, finish up with X-Wing Izzard's Revenge and start reading the Jedi Academy trilogy, consisting of 3 books: Jedi Search, Dark Apprentice, and Champions of the Force. Yeah. Lastly, there's a 4th book in the Jedi Academy trilogy called I, Jedi that fixes some of the problems of the trilogy and features Corran Horn from the X-Wing series of novels.
I listened to the audiobook of I, Jedi. That's fun. But yeah, mine's a bit different. I sort of just say, here's where to start, rather than, okay, here's this one to start, and then after that you go to here, 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 and here. They can always ask where they go afterwards.
Right.
Which is my thought process with that.
Right, and then I said after that, it's... I said from there, backtrack to Darth Bane trilogy or continue on to the... I said from there, backtrack to the Darth Bane trilogy or continue on to the Castillo trilogy, or forge your own path, as there are tons of novels that anyone can enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like, though, if you're going into the Jedi Academy trilogy, I'd read the X-Wing novels first, in all honesty. Because
I started the EU with the Jedi Academy trilogy.
Yeah. So as soon as you're done with the X-Wing novels, and then because essentially I, Jedi is an X-Wing novel. And you should read,
I can tell that.
And honestly, I think you should read I, Jedi right after the Jedi Academy trilogy, so you still have that information recent in your head. And from there, you can see what changes I, Jedi made to that and everything like that.
Yeah. The link I posted to my Where to Start video, since we're talking about it.
Alright.
Let's chuck that in the chat there.
We'll go for another 7 to 8 minutes, because why not? And then
I suggested the X-Wing series as one that's not as focused on the Force users and the big tree in mind.
Right. So you know what's weird? It's not that I don't like Han Solo or anything, or non-Force users, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not too keen on reading into I'm not too fast to jump onto that stuff. Maybe it's because it's different to the stuff in my head.
Maybe.
But I don't think I'd have that much of a problem. It's just that, it's a pretty big leap from Force users to just
if you've only been reading stuff about the Force and that.
It's not even that.
And Michael Stackpole does brilliantly at writing fighter combat.
Right, I'd probably have to learn a lot of fighter, a lot of lingo.
They teach you that in the book, actually. It has Corin actually has to have learnt the lingo, and it has like his thought process in this is what this means.
Okay, thank God.
So it's
have they referred to anything as eyeballs yet?
Yeah, eyeballs.
What is an eyeball?
It's a TIE
What is that
fighter.
slang for? Yep.
Then they have the other ones that I forget until I read the book again.
Yeah,
when you read it in context, it makes sense.
Yeah, it has them actually in the Essential Guide to Warfare, like their nicknames. Squints, I believe, is another one.
Yeah, those are the interceptors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then I'm also going into stuff with comics and where you should start.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't feel like I've read enough of the comics to do where to start for those yet, so that's why I split it up between novels.
Honestly, best place to start for comics is Dark Empire. That's honestly the best jumping on point.
Makes sense to me.
Not that I have a problem with Marvel Star Wars runs, just that, I'm prioritizing C canon over S canon.
And if you want to read what happens after Return of the Jedi.
Right, and that's another big
And as far as quality goes, the Marvel Star Wars isn't really indicative of the quality that you get for the rest of the Dark Horse EU either.
Right.
So the old classic Marvel Star Wars, I'd say, is more for those hardcore fans that want to read everything.
No, definitely. Actually, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say maybe aim the classic Marvel stuff to, I don't know, again, maybe more of the diehard fans, just kind of see where the history of stuff is.
Sort of what I mean by hardcore or diehard. When I say hardcore fan now, in this context, I mean a hardcore EU fan. To clarify.
A hardcore Star Wars fan is a hardcore Star Wars fan. Whether you like the EU or the new canon.
What I find myself thinking when I hear just hardcore Star Wars fan, though, is that if they're hardcore fans but they're only hardcore about one timeline, I wouldn't call them in general a hardcore Star Wars fan.
Well, what would you call us? I mean,
I'd say I'm a hardcore EU fan.
Yeah.
I'm a casual new canon, I guess, critic. But I haven't been reading their books or that. I've just been watching their movies and TV shows.
Right. I think you can't say that I'm not a Star Wars fan. I guess this is what
that's what I mean. It's like I'm still a Star Wars fan, but as far as a hardcore Star Wars fan, if I was saying I was a hardcore Star Wars fan in general, I'd assume I'm reading all of the new canon as well.
Right.
That's what I mean.
I'm a Branster fan. Well, so you're a fan of yourself. That's pretty self-conceited there, Branster.
No, at least you like yourself, yeah.
I mean, that's the first step to happiness, is liking yourself and acceptance.
Sorry, that's not Branster that's Patricia. That's Patricia.
In case, I want you guys to know something. In case you guys have not realized this already watching. That shows how much of a fan I am. Is that shelf right there all the way down.
Yeah, you don't spend a bunch of money on something you don't like.
I know, right? So that's the thing. It's like, if someone doesn't call me, like, I'm going to throw his name out there because his name and the other guy's name out there because...
Well, they called us out, so...
Yeah, I know. They called us not EU fans. But what the hell is that? I want to know. If I'm not an EU fan, what is that?
What is my whole intro that I actually recently did up?
This is my proof, and this is what, you know.
What is my channel that's actually doing EU content versus a channel that's bashing the new canon?
Wait, hold on. I factored this before. What was this? You gotta help me here about what my percentage of my stuff is complete. Crap. Was it like, I thought it was like 18 or 19.
I forget now, it's too long ago.
I think that is about, I believe it was 8 or 9%. Not actually, I think it was higher. That's probably about 18 or 19% of a Star Wars collection, maybe. Maybe look. Actually, not. I'm gonna look really fast. Oh boy. 18 or 19% of a Star Wars collection, from what I last was aware of.
I'll need to calculate mine. I need to actually redo my list because there's some things I found when I was doing my timeline that I didn't have in my other list. But I didn't get time during the week break to go through everything again.
Yeah. Oh God. I just look through here. That is probably about.
I would say I have probably
that's probably about maybe just looking at this alone, probably a 10 or 12% collection.
I probably about have 95% of the novels, including the junior novels.
You said it, not me. Lethal.
Yeah, that is a quote. That is a quote. That is
God.
But yeah, fun times.
We should wrap this up because I gotta.
Yeah, we should
get going. I'm going swimming, people.
Woo! It's too cold to go swimming here at the moment. It's too cold.
How cold is it? I'm kind of curious.
It's probably not as cold as it gets there, but it feels cold because it's raining as well. Oh, just look at the forecast. The minimum's 11 and 12 overnight. That's not as bad as I thought. It must be looking up this week.
11 or 12 what? Centigrade or?
It's Celsius. What do you think I'm talking about?
Fahrenheit! What we use here in the States!
Well, I'm not in the States. I'm in the States of Australia. I'm in the States of Australia. That's 13 at the moment. It's not as bad at the moment.
You know what? It's 51 there. God, I wish. Actually, it's not that cold. I mean, here we can get down to 30s and
Lethal
10s.
seems to be keen on this live reaction to this. Luke would never say that.
And all honesty, if anyone wants to know my thing actually on the metric system, I actually like the metric system, and it makes a whole bunch more sense than our fucking stupid ass imperial system we hear here in the States. I mean, nothing can be simpler than 100% is boiling, 0% is freezing. That is very simple.
And then you look at Kelvin. I think it's negative 273 Kelvin is freezing.
And then Fahrenheit. Hold on. Fahrenheit. Boiling point.
You don't even remember, and you've grown up with that.
No, of course not, because it's useless knowledge. It's useless. I push that shit.
All you do is flip the kettle on, and it does it. That's what you need.
No, it's magic. No, this is the shit I push out of my head for that. That's what I do. That's the useless shit I push out for my Star Wars knowledge. Really fast. Freezing point of water. So this is how stupid our system here is. Even though I will give ours this. Ours is very kind of, I wouldn't say accurate, but more of a temperature. Like, we don't use points. We just use a thing. This is how screwed up ours is here. On the Fahrenheit scale, the freezing point of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and the boiling point is 212 degrees. Like, what sense is that?
You don't even jump 100 points in the scale. What?
Who? Yeah, I know. It's like, who designed this? It's
Mr. Fahrenheit, I guess.
Mr. Fahrenheit needs to be taken out back and shot.
Yeah. Oh, look, Branson said, "Yep, he's a sook." There you go. Lethal
What's
seems.
A sook? I'm honestly very curious on what a sook is. What's a whinger?
Someone that whines all the time.
These are foreign.
A whiner.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
A crybaby, a whiner. Yes, that makes a lot more sense.
All right, and Lethal seems to want this live reaction to this video. So shall we have a look at that while we're going?
Wait, what?
This live reaction to this Luke would never say that video that Lethal seems to want.
Oh god, I don't have time for it.
Alright, well if you need to go, I might just finish up with that on my end.
Lethal, next time we can do that. Can you write that on the...
Definitely. On the list.
Whatever the video was. We'll get to it next time, Lethal. We keep a list on what we talk about. Okay.
So you have to join us. Probably not the same time, but the same channel.
Yep. Alright, we gotta get going here.
Alright. So
shut this computer down.
Do you want to do the outro?
I gotta find the outro first. What did we do for the outro? It's been so long.
Just make up. Shall I just do an outro?
No, I can do it. Jeez.
I just make something up usually at the end that sounds good.
Intro script. Okay, I don't have an outro.
Make it sound good.
Well, the intro wasn't that good. Well, guys, thanks for watching Holocast Grek Leth 1137. And tune in next time for our next podcast, which should be maybe next week. We're pretty infrequent with this.
At the moment, we took a huge break, so hopefully we'll get the consistency back up a bit.
And of course, we're available on YouTube on Callum John's YouTube channel. And
Evan's YouTube channel is available down in the description below.
And also, check us out on Apple Podcasts if you're watching this YouTube side. Just because it'd be cool for you guys to watch that. Or listen to it on a car ride instead of, seeing our reactions all the time.
Yeah, because YouTube won't let you play videos in the background and listen to them. Right.
All right. I am HolocronKeeperEvan.
And I'm Callum Johns. See ya.
And we will see you.